Hello everyone, hope that you're well. Right, and then today we are doing a product review of a new trail cam that has just arrived from Amazon. Now it's one of those wildlife cameras you set up in your garden. It's got infrared and motion sensoring, automatic recording and all that sort of business. They've been around for a few years. I've seen plenty of them on Amazon. Thought about getting them in the past, but now I've got an opportunity to try one. I thought I'd order one. Now our garden's got quite a bit of wildlife running around in it. We get plenty of foxes, hedgehogs, lots of birds, loads of squirrels, loads of big fat pigeons eating all my bird feed, and plus me and the dog running around chasing footballs. But hopefully we might be able to set this up somewhere and capture something good. So it arrived about 10-15 minutes ago, so let's have a look at what's inside here. No sellotape or security tags on this one. Thank you, dear customer. Thank you for your purchase. That's all very good. Now this is by Zimoce. Zimoce. I don't know how you pronounce that. Made in China. I don't actually say the brand name on the box. Actually, just a label there. But now I'm just reading it now off the Amazon page. Wildlife camera, Zimoce, 16 megapixel, 1080p trail camera, night vision. IP66 waterproof with 120 degrees wide angle lens. Retail price on it is £47.99p. What else we got in the box then? We have got a quick user guide. So okay, got how many batteries? 8 batteries. Yeah, should have those. We have a bit more in-depth user guide. I assume this is the camera itself. Okay, that's the camera itself. What else we got in here? We've got about. What's that for? I bet that's to strap it to the to a tree or post or something. Gate post maybe. There's a USB cable. I suppose that's to plug it directly into your TV set if you want to. Audio visual out, and a mount of some description, so you can attach it to your house or something, and it looks like a standard tripod mount. Yeah, so that will screw onto the bottom of there. What's we've got on here? It's like a external power source. You can plug a mains adapter in, which I don't think we get now. That's something you have to provide yourself, and some fixings to screw it to your walls. I think that's everything. And there's a bolt in there as well. Right then, so what are we getting? These are all the motion sensors, I assume. Some status lights. That'll be the camera lens itself. They're all covered with plastic peel off, so we'll peel that off once it's set up. Assume the strapping goes through that section there. And let's open this up. Right then, we've got what we got? Little screen here. That's got a peel off cover on it as well. Controls for that. How do you turn that? Was a power on switch down there. USB. That's for the USB cable. That's, I assume, so you can plug it straight into your computer or whatever without having to take the memory card out. There's a memory card slot just there, which is a what's that? It says it's a TF, so that's micro SD. In fact, I've just pulled one out of another one of my security cameras out in the garden. So that'll be hopefully one of those type of memory cards. I'll try and fit that in later. And that'll be a battery compartment, so a bit difficult to get into, but there you go. So that takes 8 A4 batteries, which conveniently I've got some Amazon ones that came in the post for Christmas, not used yet, so I shall feed those into there and boot it up and see how we get on. I need to find somewhere to put it into the garden. It'll capture as much wildlife as possible, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, I've put 8 AA batteries in the machine. I've also put a 64GB micro SD card into there. Now we've got a power on and off button here with test as well. Now off is clearly off, On is for when you've got it in situ where you want to be recording wildlife, it turns off the screen. Test is where you want it to be when you are setting up the camera, as I'm going to show you now. So you've got some simple commands here. Menu gets you into this this screen here, which has got quite a lot of menus I'm quite impressed with. Mode, you can choose whether you want to just take photos, just take videos, or take both. I've got it set up to both. It will fill your memory card up, but I've got a big memory card, so that's fine. Pressing menu takes you back, and then I'll cycle through these options, see what you've got. I'll set it to maximum resolution. Photo series is so you can have a burst of photographs, which I've got it set to. Video resolution, again, I've set it to the maximum. TL, that's time lapse. That sets the quality of the time lapse. Video length, you can set it in seconds or minutes. I've just got it defaults to 5 seconds. I've got it set to 10 seconds. Audio recording, whether you want it on or off, I've got it set to on, so I can hear the owl tweeting and tooting. Shot lag, that is once it's triggered and recorded, and that's how long it will be before it gets triggered again. You can have that set in minutes or seconds. Infrared distance, far, near or medium. Side motion sensor, that's a useful one. These two things here are triggered by motion off to the side, whereas that one's to the front. You can turn those off if you've got something like branches or foliage or whatever that swings in front of the sensors and could keep on doing false recording. So that's quite useful. I like that. The sensitivity of the motion sensors, that's sensitive or low. Target recording time, now this is good. This, if you set it on, means it'll only record or get triggered to record during certain times. And that's useful because me and the dog are usually out in the garden running around chasing footballs until late in the night. So I quite like the fact I can do that. So I've set it till 10 till 8 in the morning. So that's on. We've got time lapse. What language we've got? Endless capture, so that'll just eat your memory card up pretty quickly, but if you want to record fully, that's useful. Time and date, and whether you want it that time and date over stamped onto your footage. Don't normally have it on, but it will mean that I can work out what time certain animals are in the garden, so I'll keep it on for now. Password protection, beep sound, that's just the pressing the buttons whether they beep or not. I've turned it off. When you first put a memory card in, you'll need to format it, so you go to this one, that'll format your card for you, and then just some serial numbers and reset settings and stuff like that. So it's got quite a few options. I'm quite impressed with that. I think we'll go ahead and get this set up then. So let's see how good it is. Okay, you can find somewhere to put it. Got a bird table over there we can put it. That's what would normally be setting off the motion detection. And we have foxes that come through the gap in the hedge just there, so we might set it up somewhere around here. Okay, we've installed it here because we get foxes coming through that hedge just there, and going across the garden over towards the bird feeder over there. So let's see what we get. Hey dog, come on, Tom. So, summary time. The Zimoce wildlife camera. Well, we've had it a week now. I've moved it around several locations in the garden, and you know what? It's been quite good fun to see what we've captured. Going down every morning and whipping the memory card out and sticking it into this laptop just to see what we might have found overnight. It's been quite exciting, really. Now, I've not actually seen anything I didn't know we already had, but it's just quite nice to see things in a different perspective, you know. So we've caught robins and blue tits and blackbirds and plenty of squirrels and the big fat pigeons, as I said at the start of the video. And if you've watched the video all the way through, you can I've left in footage of myself and the dog and my wife running around with the hound chasing bulls, just to show you what fast moving images look like in the daylight and in the night time. You always have to take the advertising images on the Amazon web page for a product with a pretty liberal pinch of salt. They always show an extremely high quality 8K image of a wildebeest roaming majestically across some Serengeti plain, but it's never quite like that. The camera footage is a bit grainy at times. Any fast moving images is blurry. The frame rate isn't particularly brilliant, so things skip along a little bit. But you don't expect to be broadcasting onto a Springwatch or something like that, just put it that way. But for home use and just a bit of fun, it's really quite good. Now, a few things I'd take away. The fact that you've got to take the memory card out to download it onto your laptop. Once, twice, it's fine, whatever, but if you're doing it every day, it gets a bit repetitive. There are models I've seen on Amazon which have got a Wi-Fi function, so you can connect your mobile phone or laptop or something to it and download it without having to take the memory card out. That, I think, is worthwhile. There are also high resolution image cameras available. This is a 1080p, 16 megapixels. I've seen ones 20 megapixels and above. That's probably worth considering as well. For the money though, $47.99 as advertised at the moment, with a 10% voucher. I see if you click that. So about that £42-43. Yeah, it's worth the punt. Bear in mind you're going to need 8 batteries. Now I've had mine in operation a week. I use standard AA Amazon batteries, and the battery indicators always said they're getting down to, it's probably about 3/4, something like that. It could get expensive with batteries if you're using it. At the start of the video you saw that I'd got it set up for 10 seconds recording only between 10 PM and 8 AM in the morning. After a couple of nights and I was getting very little, I thought no, let's do it 24 hours a day, and every recording was 1 minute, and that's why it's ate through the batteries. Also I've recorded about 70 gigabytes of data. Now I had a 64 gigabyte memory card, which probably about £15-20. That's from an entire week's worth of footage, but I have been downloading it every day. But you're going to need a decent sized memory card, at least 32 gigabytes, maybe 64 gigabytes, something like a SanDisk or a Samsung. They're always pretty good. So costs do mount up. Now I do have some Energizer AA lithium batteries, which I think if I'm going to use this continuously, I'm going to stick those in there, because those batteries should last a lot longer than standard alkaline batteries, so that's worth considering as well. But they're not cheap, they're about £1.50 a pop, so you're looking at quite a bit of money. Was that 12 quid to power this thing up? That's it soon mounts up, but it's a good bit of fun. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed testing it, and I'm going to keep it mounted in the garden. See what else we can pick up. You never know. We might get something something a bit more exciting. We have had woodpeckers, and we get sparrowhawks, and there is a peacock that actually lives not too far from me. You never know. It might come landing in the garden. If I capture a red kite, I'll be well made up. But I'm quite happy with things. Things that aren't perhaps so good. The microphone. And I've noticed from the sound you can hear muffled sounds of things landing on the camera, and a little bit of munching and very high pitched squeals, squeaks or whatever from the robins and what have you, but it doesn't pick up speech, things like that. There's a bit of footage in the video you might see where I'm talking to the camera in the night, and you can barely hear me. I did that deliberately. I wanted to see if it could actually pick my sound up, but you couldn't. I don't know why that is. I don't know if there's fault with the microphone or something's covering the microphone slot. In fact, I don't actually know where the microphone is on it, so that you're not going to get chitter chatter of birds and squirrels and whatever very, very clearly on it if it isn't a fault. But otherwise, I've been quite impressed. I mean, the menu functionality on it was really good. I was able to set it up to just how I wanted it to be. I was quite impressed with that. Really quite good. So on the whole, £47.99, factor in another 15 quid for a memory card, and between £5 and £12 for batteries, depending on which you go for. It's mounts up, but it's a good bit of fun, and it'll be a great present for someone at Christmas, for someone who's into their bird watching. I know my mum's shown a lot of interest. I've sent her some of the photographs, and she's quite excited about what I'm going to send to her next. So that could be an idea for a future present for her. But no, I've enjoyed the last week of seeing what's on the camera. So yeah, I'd recommend it as a bit of fun and games. Yeah, thanks for watching.